everyone, welcome to this week's little chat. Now, before I forget, I'm going to tell you the date for our group meeting, which is this Sunday, and it's the 16th, this Sunday, at 11 a.m. UK time, and it probably lasts about an hour to an hour and a half, depending. We're trying to keep it like a small group to start off with. This is only our second one. The first one went really well. We all enjoyed it, and it's more of a sharing of what we see, what other people see. There's no hierarchy, there's no judgment, there's no one, because there's no one there, there's no one better than anyone. And if you want to join in and want further information, email, I wrote this down as well, newutoday@outlook.com. I can take my glasses off now. And just email and we'll give you further details of how to join the Zoom link. Okay, right. Now I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But we've seen with the one-to-ones we've been having this week is with the one-to-ones we can directly point you to who you are, what you are, whatever label you want to give that, and then people see it, and like we can only point, they can't even put into words what it is they see, and we can't put it into words what we're pointing at because it's wordless, it's formless. But the mind does try and take you, oh, what now? What can I do now? And it's like it wants you to go into an imaginary future and say, yeah, but what about this in this imaginary future? But we're trying to say, just stay with what you are, what you've seen, and you do everything in the now. You never, ever do it in the future. And I think that's the trick of the mind, is to move you to the other moment of the future which doesn't exist and makes up an imaginary things that make you worry. But they're all imaginary because all thoughts are imaginary, and all thoughts jumbled together are beliefs, and they're all lies. And like we've said before, even in the word belief is lie. There's a clue in there for you. It's all make-believe, everything. So when you see what you are and that it's all make-believe, then from that space you can choose a better make-believe, because it's all made up. So might as well make a good one up.
But when you say space, you know...
Well, I know it's just a word.
When people say, oh, there's this space, then I have to find this space.
It's just a word I use, and you might use a different, you use a different, and we do both try and use different words because it's not the word.
It's not in the words. It's like when you read a book and they say, oh, you need to read between. It's not read between the lines because it's not in the words. It's in this. It's in the the space between the words. That's what it is. It's like it's going directly to where there's no words. So going back to like when David Bingham says, when you're a very, very small child, in that moment, there was no understanding of time. So time's just a concept. So you knew nothing of time. So there was no past, no future. There was just this moment, this right now, no future, no past, because you didn't even understand the concept. That time's just a concept that's made up. It's just all thoughts, isn't it? And you had no thoughts because you didn't understand words. So there was language being spoken to you, and you were hearing it, but you didn't understand that language. So there was no words, there was no time, and there was no thoughts. There was just this pure, call it essence. So it's going back, even though you don't have to go back because it's always there.
It's never left you.
It's never left you. That's who the basis is. The basis is before time, even though you can't say before, but before time, before thoughts, before words. It's the words that get...
That is what we're pointing to.
It's the words get everything mixed up, because if you look at something, if you look in your room and look at the walls and then the floor and take away the words, take away the words and look at it for directly what it is, it's just one thing. So words, like, that's why they say words cast a spell on you, because they do, because that's where separation comes from. So when you was a small child, there was no words, so there was no
experience of separation.
There was no Yeah, there was no separation because it was all one thing. And then words start to come in, and you start to form thoughts, and then the more thoughts become beliefs, and then beliefs and beliefs and beliefs become who you think you are, and it's all made up. So
an illusion of separation.
Yeah, so if you try just to look at things without the words, take the words away, go right back to when you first came here, and that's what we try and take people to. But it is possible to see it directly.
Not really taking you to, because you're already
No,
there.
it's just you seeing it for yourself. But once you see it for yourself, you can't really go back, and it's not seeing either. It's because you're looking at everything now. When the words are like filters, they're like the veil. They're the filters that stop you from seeing all the separation. Yeah. But there's no separation, because without words, it's all one thing. Even my hand, without the word, is just the same as the floor, as the wall, as the sky,
as the screen.
It's just
me.
There's no separation, so even the body isn't separate. It's just another word. It's just another word.
Illusion.
And when a very small child doesn't see itself as a body, it doesn't see itself as, and it just sees it all as one thing. And that's never changed. That's always been. It's just like the words cast a spell over you, don't they?
So in the one-to-ones, when the yearbook comes in from whoever's in front of us, that's just the mind with another, what about this thought? What about that thought? All thoughts are made up. All thoughts are like, we keep pushing them back,
when I was a little child, I was waiting for the bus. I don't know if I told this story. I was waiting for the bus to go home. And this guy who was, he was obviously homeless, and he was rooted in the bins, but he was saying things to people. And he came to me, he was saying the same thing. And he just said, there's no past, there's no future, there's just now. So if you're happy now, you'll be happy for the rest of your life. And I never knew what it meant, but it's always stuck with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so true, because there is no past and future. So when you take away the past and the future, there's nothing wrong.
There's only now.
Because now is all your life.
Yeah.
It's always your life.
Right here, right now is the rest of your life.
And it's just the thoughts that come in, because they want to take it to a past or a future that doesn't exist, because as a child there was no concept of time. That's why as a child you're in bliss. Until you get a little pain or something, or you're hungry, or you get wind, then you cry.
And then it's never a problem though.
No, because as soon as it's gone, you're back in bliss again.
But you never leave bliss.
Because you're not going to the future saying, oh, what happens if that comes back again? Or going into the past saying, oh, it happened last time. Because there's no concept of time. But then later on we get told, oh, this is you.
So we would believe that lie.
That feeling I mean, what's the feeling without
the word?
The word to it. We put labels on things. That's the thing. We put labels and said, oh, that feeling's good.
Oh, that's my feeling.
Oh, that's a good feeling. That's a bad feeling. But if you take the words away again, go right back to the start of when you first came here, when there was no words, it just is.
Yeah.
It's just what is.
And that's why this group, it was a few people who'd watched our videos and asked for us to do a group meeting.
Yeah,
and our first Zoom one was last month, and it went really well. So that's why we said, we'll do another one. Well, we're doing 2 in February.
Well, the more people can see it.
So we can point directly, and if any questions from the mind, which usually come up, we can just point again what they are. And every single thought is made up. Every belief is made up.
Yeah, just not.
And we can say they're all lies, because they are. And so when you get in your problems, you can clearly see that problem is either going about the past, or it's going into the future, right here, right now. No past, no future, just here, this present moment of now. When you look clearly, there's no problem.
That's why
there is none.
What's that Sailor Bob said? Didn't he? Said, what's wrong with now?
Yeah.
Because if
now
you're not going to the future and the past, there's no problem in the now.
Yeah.
It's just the mind wants to take to a past or future where there is a problem.
Yeah.
But in this moment,
it seems like there's a problem.
Yeah, because there is no problem.
It's all illusionary.
It's just a thought.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. The thing is, without the thought, there's a problem. There's no problem. It's the thought. Problem's just a thought. It's just a thought, and it's not the truth.
And even the word has emotions to it as well.
The problem is, you think you've got a problem, but there's no problem.
Yeah. But
so if you don't think about it, there's no problem.
And with that word problem, there's emotion that you've attached. The emotion's illusionary too, but because, say, we've got a relationship problem or a money problem, we've like doubled the emotion and then we've doubled the experience. But it is all made up. It is experience. It feels real because it's meant to, but it isn't the truth.
The problem is you think you've got a problem, but it's not true because it's rubbish, isn't it? It's not. Yeah. It's not the truth. You just think it's not the truth.
It's funny when you see that and you really see that what you believe is made up. So what do you believe? There's not. It's all made up. There is no beliefs that are true.
Like I say, when you first came here as a little child, you had no beliefs because beliefs are nothing. Beliefs are just thoughts that you have over and over again and become beliefs. So they're not. So you're in bliss when you first come here because you believe in nothing.
And you never leave. You just think you've left that bliss.
No, it's always been there.
And
because when we talk to people and then they can see it, all of a sudden they go back to that, but there's no going back to.
It's like get giddy to like a little kid, like us.
Because it's just because then you realise, it was never gone anywhere.
Yeah,
it was always here. It's just thoughts about it. Say it's a thought that says it's not here, and you accept that thought, and then it's not here, but it really is.
And as well, it's once you see how the trick works. It's not people say, oh, you two, you're funny all the time, you're laughing all the time, you're happy. And that is mainly the truth. But when something comes up that looks like it's sad, that looks like it's this, we know what it is. So even though we might accept that thought, that belief for a momentary moment, then we go, oh, yeah, good one, you nearly got me there.
It's not true.
And you see that it's made up. Like, even though it feels like a true experience. Like, I went to a funeral the other week, for an uncle, and it's sad, but like even the priest said then, it's not that the person, my uncle that died, who's sad. He's loving it where he is, wherever that is. It's the people who've attended the funeral that feel the sadness, they feel the loss, because like the priest said, like we said, there's nothing really lost. I mean, I was amazed that this priest said that. I'm nothing against religion, but it shows that there's a movement even there, and I nearly stood up and goes, yes, that's it. There's nowhere to go. He's not gone. He's just in a formless state. And then after that, you could see the sadness of other people, but then at the wake, later, everyone's telling funny jokes about what he did, what he didn't do.
When you're in the moment, when you think about it, you experience something. As soon as you stop thinking about that, it's gone.
So as soon as we all started
So it's
living,
like saying, what's between that thought and that thought? There's the gap.
Yeah.
It's what's between one thought and another thought is the gap, and that's where we try... we
see joy, the peace.
Yeah, in the gap.
Is.
Yeah. So it didn't really say something like, this space or something, I'll meet you there, because everyone is going to that. It's the gap between a thought and a thought is this, what you can't put words on, because you can't put words on it because there's no words for it.
Formless.
Yeah, that's the word. You can't put words on it. You can't put words on it because it's this.
Yeah, this.
Yeah,
that's not even it.
What's between one thought and another is what you can't put a word on. But when you see, so it's just stopping your. It's just seeing that between one thought and another thought is this. And once you see that for yourself, that's it. It's done.
Yeah. And the thoughts will come in, but once you know that they're all lies, you're just not even gonna. It's not like you even decline them. You just see them for what they are, and they're insignificant. They're not anything. You can't grab hold of them, you can't measure them, you can't weigh them, because they're not there.
But in this space between thoughts is this, in another word, is peace. You know, it's all words, but you feel it, even though the feeling, you put a word on that, it's like in this space between one thought and another thought, taken out as a child when there was no words. So without the words, without the thoughts, there's just. But in that quietness, that peace, that's where everything. It's not an empty space. It feels, but it's not. It's where everything is.
Yeah.
So it's not like when you say, "Oh, I just don't want to say oh, just emptiness," because within this emptiness is all of it.
Yeah.
It's the wholeness and the emptiness.
It's like contradictory because we're trying to use words and
but
words.
When you see it for yourself, when you'll just go, "Oh, I always knew that." It's so simple.
Yeah, and that's what we do in the one-to-ones and with the group. People share what they've seen, and we share more of this. But it's like mini one-to-ones with whoever turns up.
Whoever wants to speak.
And if you want to not have your screen on, you don't have to have your screen on. It's entirely up to you. So I hope you join us this Sunday, and it will be recorded for all those that attend, or all those who wanted to attend but can't. Yes, as long as I press the record button, because I didn't last time.
Yes. Suss it out before. See, there's no time, so that's gone.
I know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you Sunday. If not, see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Bye.